I didn't get a raise, and I did not get lucky. I just stopped acting like I was rich when I was actually broke. And that's how I'm able to cut out 60% of my monthly expenses and actually start buying back my freedom. This is how I do it. See, the truth is, most of us don't need more money. We need fewer leaks. I was already making decent money. I was just living like I had already made it. Meanwhile, I was in debt. I was exhausted. I was mentally stuck. So I stopped chasing appearance. I stopped chasing success. And I started building the real thing. Something clicked in me that was like, it's time for me to get up. It's time for me to start moving in the right direction. And that's what I did. See, what you don't want to hear is I had to kill my ego. I had to stop trying to act like I was successful, and I have to start putting myself in a room where successful people actually hang out so that I can study the things that they do. And so far, what I found is that successful people live far below their means. That's on purpose. And broke people spend well above their means. That's also on purpose. So then I asked myself, do I want to look free or do I want to be free? And that question is like changing my life because it's making me take an inventory and like genuinely study every dollar that goes in and goes out. It has to pass the test. Like, is this dollar moving me closer to my goals or is it taking me further away? But enough yapping. Let me break down for you how I was actually able to cut my expenses by 60%. And before I start, let me tell you a disclaimer. I understand that everybody's life is different. Everybody's situation is different. And we're not all prone and open to the exact same opportunities as one another. So take what I say as inspiration and less of law and in fact for your life. First thing first, my living situation. My apartment is about 900 square feet. And we live on a nice side of town. But the thing is that I got here about 5 years ago. And they got me into a prorated rate before they were able to sell it to a new owner. So the people across the hall from me are paying almost double what I'm paying now. My rent has gone up, but only a slight amount each year. This will be the first year that it's going up about $200. But I've already cut enough to keep my expenses exactly where they are. And I'll tell you about that later. And the second way, food. We used to spend like $1,000 a month on food. Mostly because we was going out to eat all the time and spending dumbass money on DoorDash and Uber Eats. And that shit adds up. But we were able to cut out over $600 of our monthly expenses just on food because we started grocery shopping. We started making our meals every week before we went to the grocery store. And the reality is that Costco saved our lives. We invested in Costco membership and now we buy all of our meat once a month. And it only adds up to about $150 for two people. Definitely helps. Also, we decided to start shopping at Trader Joe's and ride our bikes over there to save gas. Yep, you guessed it. The cars. Listen, this is a nice car, but eliminating your car payments. We paid her car in cash, and we have mine. Initially, I was going to sell it, but it's a great car. It's going to last forever. And it's a 4-cylinder, so it gets great gas mileage. And that brings me to the worst of them all. Subscriptions and stupid shit. We used to spend hundreds of dollars a month on subscriptions, apps, TV-based things that we absolutely did not need. And the way we were able to cut back on that, we started using some of our family accounts. We partnered with them on subscriptions like music apps, TV apps. We switched our gyms. We switched the actual internet provider that we had and completely cut out our cable. Unfortunately, things like Netflix steal more than just what's in your wallet. We needed to cut out the TV in general anyway so that we could focus on the task that was actually at hand. Maybe it's more than just about getting financially growth and rich and wealthy. Who knows? And lastly, clothes. See, we stopped buying clothes for multiple reasons a long time ago. I've already done a video about that and I put that somewhere on the screen. So I won't go too far in depth, but just to say that clothes are ridiculously expensive and where we are in life right now, there's no reason for us to keep buying expensive shit that we don't need. See, people think that saving money is like suffering, but the reality is that it's gave us a crazy amount of clarity. We're not chasing dopamine and we're not trying to impress anybody. In fact, we finally feel like we're actually in control. We've gained this peace of mind, time to think, space to plan, and the energy to actually build. If you want to see part 2, where I actually break down the numbers and show you where I cut everything out and even give some tips and tricks so how you can do it on your own, then just hit the like and subscribe so you can see when I actually post that video next week. Thank you. Y'all have a blessed day.